All right, guys, what is up? This is Big Rob's little podcast. This is the eighth edition, and today I will be reviewing NXT Live in St. Catharines, Ontario, the event that I went to last night. It was amazing. It was glorious. I got a Bobby Roode shirt. I got to see Ty Dillinger live in St. Catharines. It was a huge event. Um, and I'm Robbie Dilts. Welcome to the podcast. Uh, so highlights from the NXT show at the Meridian Center were many. The arena was three-quarters full and very loud all night for sure. Bobby Roode's entrance turned the arena into a giant sing-along. Eric Young, who I'd say had a lot of fun for sure, looked like he had a lot of fun, who spent many years wrestling in the Niagara region, was warmly welcomed by the crowd. And also, Ontario wrestling mainstay Hornet was refereeing many of the matches, so well done, Hornet. Uh, Ty Dillinger sent the St. Catharines crowd home happy as he disposed of Velveteen Dream with a sharpshooter after an entertaining match. Dillinger addressed the crowd and became emotional. He goes on to say, I will never forget this night for the rest of my life, and he has the crowd to thank for that. So here are the results from WWE NXT Live in St. Catharines, Friday, September the 8th. So the card was kicked off by Johnny Gargano going up against Killian Dane from Sanity. Uh, it was a great match for sure. You know, you have Johnny Gargano, who's shorter and a little thinner than obviously Killian Dane, the big guy from Sanity. That was a fun match. I know the section I was sitting in, we were all chanting to Killian to shave his back. It was pretty funny. Give me a second here. So yeah, lots of laughs, lots of good times, but Johnny Gargano defeated Killian Dane with a victory roll. And then the next match was a women's tag team match, and Mandy Rose, who most of you know, teamed up slash was manager to Eva Marie, who has now since been released from WWE. But yeah, Mandy Rose, she teamed up with Mae Young Classic competitor Vanessa Bourne, but they had lost to Aaliyah and Mae Young Classic competitor Lacey Evans. So you had two members of the Mae Young Classic uh, in this tag match, but obviously both on different teams. And yeah, so Mandy Rose, Vanessa Bourne, they lost to Aaliyah and Lacey Evans. It was a good match. I'm surprised that no one started a women's wrestling chant, but I know for a 100% fact that Mandy Rose was over, like she got over with the crowd, despite obviously being the heel, but that's okay. My section cheered for her anyways, most of it, and uh, it was a good quality matchup. I mean, we got what we paid for with all of the matches that were on the card. The next match was a match that I mean, with one superstar I looked forward to seeing, and that was Alistair Black. He went up against Hideo Itami. That was a great match for sure, and it came down to Alistair Black, sorry, um, hitting his Black Mass finisher, which is a roundhouse kick. Basically, it's really good. And ended up getting the pinfall victory over Hideo Itami. And then here's where things got interesting on the card. Velveteen Dream came out, right? He was claiming that he's the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. He's no Bret Hart. He's nothing at all like Bret Hart. He was trying to mock him, like he was doing the whole like Bret Hart with the hands thing, you know, the taunt. But That was soon interrupted by hometown boy, the perfect 10, Ty Dillinger, and then they had a match. It was a great match for sure. I enjoyed it. I was so super excited to see Ty Dillinger because I am a huge Ty Dillinger fan. And right now I'd be wearing my perfect 10 shirt if I had one. They didn't have my size. All they had was up to extra large. This shirt I'm wearing right now, this Bobby Roode shirt, double XL, 2XL. They didn't have any 3XLs, like I said. So I had to stretch this one out to make it fit me and my 3X body, of course. But yeah, no, that's besides the point. It was pretty funny how it started out. Ty Dillinger came out with obviously his big number 10 sign, and then afterwards, after he had set it down in the corner, Ty Dillinger had another like smaller like paper that had 10 on it, or a card or whatever. That got taken and got ripped up, and then Ty Dillinger pulled up this little teensy tiny thing that had 10 on it. He was just like 10, and everyone was like 10. It was perfect. And of course, Ty Dillinger beat Velveteen Dream. Couldn't ask for anything more. And of course, Ty Dillinger also basically sent us off with an emotional farewell, as he will be full time with SmackDown now, and he has a match this Tuesday against AJ Styles in Las Vegas, Sin City, for the United States Championship against AJ Styles. It's going to be huge, phenomenal, perfect. I don't know what word to use to describe it, but moving on. There were 2 title matches I should mention last night, Friday, September the 8th. One being the one I'm talking about now, the NXT Tag Team Championship match. And later on, I will obviously, in the next couple matches, because there's only 2 more after this one. But yeah, Team of Sanity. So that would be Eric Young and Alexander Wolf this time. They defended their tag team championships against Tino Sabatelli and Riddick Moss. And that match was amazing. Like I said before, Eric Young looked like he was having a lot of fun. I enjoyed getting to see him live because I felt bad because he was in St. Catharines for an indie wrestling company promotion, I should say, for Crossfire Wrestling. He was at their Christmas time show. The date was December 5th, 2015. I wasn't able to go to that event, so I didn't get to see him or meet him. But I made up for it last night by going to see him at NXT in St. Catharines. Moving on, Sanity defeated the team of Tino Sabatelli and Riddick Moss to retain their tag team championships. It was a great match for sure. Next match, we had Ember Moon versus Nikki Cross. I was excited to see this. Of course, again, no women's wrestling chants. Don't understand why, but there were many of chants last night. Whether it was like the 10 chants, the Glorious chants, Johnny Wrestling chants. There was chants of many last night, but let's talk about this Ember Moon and Nikki Cross match. I am a fan of both, so I didn't really know who to go for. But yeah, it came down to Ember Moon hitting her finisher, the Eclipse, the corkscrew stunner off the top rope, and getting the pinfall victory over Nikki Cross. Either way, I was going to go home happy with whoever won that match. And finally, the NXT Championship was put on the line, where it was Drew McIntyre defending the NXT Championship against not one but two competitors or opponents, I should say. One being Andrade Cien Almas, and also, this is where it gets glorious, Bobby Roode. That's right. So it was a triple threat match for the NXT Championship. It was glorious, is what it was. If I was able to put clips of the match on here, I would, but legally I'm probably not allowed to due to the fact copyright and stuff, and they were saying no video cameras and whatever. But I managed to get some clips. Basically, uh, you know, Toronto born and raised superstar Bobby Roode, him, being full time now, coming up with SmackDown. I had a feeling, he wouldn't win the NXT title, obviously, unless they had him win and then drop it the next night in Toronto, which would be dumb because he's from, the Toronto area. But that's besides the point. Moving on, though, Drew McIntyre did retain the NXT title by defeating Bobby Roode and Andrade Cien Almas. It was a great event for sure. Just looking at different photos and stuff that my friends have posted from the wrestling event last night. I want to thank you guys for tuning in, watching, and listening. I will be back on Wednesday, hopefully, with my special guest, NWX superstar Clayton Sherlock, who you may know also as Clay Wilson. Looking forward to it. He's looking forward to it. He's excited. I talked to him last night when I saw him at the event. Yeah, he had big things to say. So yeah, I want to thank you guys, like I said again, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Till next time, guys, I'm Robbie Dilts. This has been Big Rob's Little Podcast, and have a great night.